Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about this dire warning from U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, warning about the debt ceiling and how the U.S. is in real trouble and can go bankrupt without lifting it. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about why this is so important and why Bitcoin is so important. So, welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Today, the U.S. market, not so good. Not so good. But, we just have so much stuff to worry about. We got an FOMC meeting coming up. We have First Republic Bank going under. And now we have to worry about the debt ceiling. Look at this picture right here. That is one angry woman. Janet Yellen is warning about how this debt ceiling is a problem. And we could hit that ceiling by June 1st. So what does that mean? That means the U.S. could be out of money. If we don't have the ability to raise the debt ceiling, that means we as a country do not have the ability to raise more debt. Basically, to either print more money or borrow more money, right? But we're not allowed to do anything if we don't lift up this debt ceiling, which is essentially like asking your credit card company to give you a little bit more limit to be able to survive. That's how dire it is. And every time it seems like we hit this ceiling, there seems to be a big debate on whether or not we should lift it. But the consequences of not lifting it is so dire that we always end up lifting it, right? But maybe this time around we won't, because now there's some opposition. Because inflation is such a problem, people are recognizing that maybe lifting up the ceiling and printing more money is not a good thing, because it adds to the irresponsible printing that we have conducted over the years and continue to do so. Okay, so now you got Biden, McCarthy, and others. They will be joining in. Okay, they will be discussing, and I don't know what they're going to discuss, but they're going to figure out a way to basically make sure the U.S. does not default on June 1st, basically go bankrupt, which will bring catastrophic consequences, basically, if it happens, right? So that is what's on the table right now. Now, keep in mind, this is on top of the fact that we still have banking issues, right? First Republic just bailed out today. Bought out by JP Morgan, right? And then Biden has to, again, let people know that the banking system is A-okay. It's safe and sound. You don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about the banks or your money. It's safe, okay? But there's so much to worry about. The banks are struggling because there's not enough customers. There's not enough loans. Interest rates keeps going up. Yet we have inflation to worry about. So the Fed Chair Powell, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I keep lifting rates, which will bring more banking problems, or do I not do it, which may make inflation continue inflation could just continue forward, or it could go back up again. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. And now you have to worry about this debt ceiling. So that's just on top of it, right? There's just a lot of stuff going on, okay? A lot of macro concerns that no normal person could really understand, because it just doesn't make sense that our government and our banks should operate this way. It really shouldn't, but it does. And it's so simple if you break it down. Like, this seems like foreign topics to most people, right? I think even me a year ago, 2 years ago, I had no clue what any of this meant. Zero. But if you truly understand it, it's actually a really easy concept at a high level, and then you just realize, what is everyone doing? How can we keep hitting the ceiling seemingly like every year and a half, 2 years now? That means we're overspending by $2 trillion per year, basically, or $1 trillion per year, because we raised the debt ceiling by, I think, $2 trillion last time. So basically, we overspent $2 trillion, and now we're at that same point that we have to raise it again, right? And where's all this money coming from? Well, we're either borrowing it as a country or we're printing it. I mean, that's where the money comes from. They're not making more taxes. There's no more taxes to be collected. There's only so many people in the United States, right? And that's why Ray Dalio thinks that the government will turn the money printers back on to be able to fund the national deficit. Basically, we're probably going to figure out how to raise the debt ceiling so we don't default, but where's the money coming from, right? Why do we need to raise it in the first place? Well, because so we can take on more debt. So basically, we're going to print more money. That's what it comes down to, okay? So when you have the supply of money like this, and it keeps expanding at an ever-growing rate until it does this, right? Obviously, the pile of money is being devalued, okay? It's worth less because you have more of it. That's what inflation is, right? Inflation is great if you're holding on to assets like real estate, possibly some stock, possibly gold, although gold has not really done well for the last 12 years. And assets like Bitcoin. Inflation is great for assets. It's horrible for cash. If you're holding on cash, you have savings, right? It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. So most likely this is going to happen, right? And some are predicting if somehow there's a chance that somehow the U.S. defaults, somehow they can't raise the debt ceiling, well, it could make Bitcoin go up 70% basically overnight. Because that means a lot of people will be taking their money out and buying Bitcoin with it. Basically, screw the U.S., screw the banks. Let's put my money into something that I trust that can't be controlled by the U.S. government or by the Treasury Secretary or by the federal chair, right? And that's Bitcoin. So this is what we have to look forward to, right? There's just so much stuff. Every single week now, there seems to be stuff. We still have that big FOMC meeting, that press conference that's going to happen this Wednesday. But then we also have this to look forward to. And then we have maybe more bank failures to look forward to. But regardless, all of this, all the shenanigans that I'm talking about, right, should strengthen your conviction about Bitcoin. Because this is exactly the reason why Bitcoin was created. The exact reason. Distrust in governments, distrust in banks. That's why Bitcoin was created, and now we're seeing it again. We didn't see it since 2008, since the last bubble, the real estate and banking bubble, right? We have not seen it until now. And we finally have something better. We didn't have something better before. Now we have something better, and that's Bitcoin, right? So that's what's happening right now. Right now. Of course, short term, there may be some volatility. Like right now, Bitcoin unfortunately went down a little bit further than this morning, but overall versus a day ago, it's about even. We're about 28,000, so a little bit lower. So there will be volatility, right? Whenever there's mass panic, there's volatility, or some will say it's just going according to plan. Like some of the previous times we have seen when Bitcoin has recovered, then you have a little retest. You test these previous supports, right? It could be that, or it could be because it's just a little fear, a little FUD that's out there. But overall, this is what's happening with Bitcoin. You have big recoveries from bottom. And here's something new called Market Cycle Trick that actually just minted a green rocket arrow. So this is the time to be in Bitcoin, especially with all the shenanigans, the macro stuff that should drive you to Bitcoin anyways. But even from a chart perspective, from a fundamental perspective, it's all looking really, really good. Really good indeed. And it's not just Bitcoin. It's everything else in the sector too, right? Web3, Ethereum, DeFi, everything is looking so bright for the future. So that brings me to staking, DeFi, TVL, Ethereum, right? A lot of you guys think these are foreign words, but these are really common words in crypto they should really learn about. But liquid staking, basically right now, is a new form of staking that allows you to stake whatever crypto that you want, and you get a synthetic version back. And then with that synthetic version, you could go do something else with it. You could trade, you could stake it even more, right? But according to DeFi Llama, the liquid staking now has more TVL than even DEXs. So it's definitely becoming very, very popular, okay? And this is very popular among several chains, but also Ethereum. Ethereum now, especially now, there's no fears about not being able to unstake, right? The number of ETH locked in is growing by leaps and bounds right now, and liquid staking is very popular, even with ETH. Binance even said they're coming out with a liquid staking product. Coinbase have their own liquid staking product, all revolving around Ethereum, right? And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Right now, there's only about 16%, right here, 16%, a little bit less than 16% of the ETH supply is staked, either staked in a liquid staking platform or regular staking platform. You can see it broken down. Most of it is in Lido, right? But then you got a lot in Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, and others, right? But basically, still very short, little amount, not short amount, but little amount. Very little amount. Now imagine that percentage at 16%, it starts climbing to 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. It's definitely going to make Ethereum even more deflationary. So liquid staking is definitely very hot. It's a very, one of the concepts in DeFi that not a whole lot of people understand or take advantage of, but it is growing by leaps and bounds right now. One of the reasons why altcoins, besides Bitcoin, are doing so well this time around versus previous cycles. Previous cycles, you didn't have so much staking or liquid staking available or TVL locked in, so altcoins sold off very, very badly. This time around, yes, some did sell off pretty badly, but some stood pretty strongly, even against Bitcoin. So it's much different now than previous cycles. And it's, of course, not just Ethereum. You have Osmosis that also have it. This is the biggest DEX within the Cosmos ecosystem, right? They offer liquid staking, but that's not all. Anchor, which is another project that's in liquid staking, they're expanding. Not only are they in Ethereum, but also Avalanche and Phantom. So you could do liquid staking pretty much everywhere. And this is all good. This is all good. Makes people hodl. Makes people not panic sell or sell. Makes them hodl and earn some rewards and yield by doing so as well. So not bad. Not bad. And then lastly, you know what else is going on? And a lot of people have frog memes, emojis up. Yeah, what else is up is meme coins. Meme coins are still skyrocketing right now. You got Pepe that's like 500 million in market cap now, and then you got like Wojak and all these other ones that I'd never heard of before, and they're all going up like crazy right now. So there's definitely a lot of degen trading that's going on, or degen investing. And I've said this all along, even with Sheep, even with Doge, and anything else, Floki, whatever that you may be in, right? Be careful, because these could suddenly drop and you don't know, what the hell happened. It could certainly happen with any one of these. So if you're playing them, just know that it's a risk. It's like a lottery. It's like playing roulette, right? If you make good cash or good profit, you may want to think about taking out at least your initial investment out so you don't get burned. All right. That is it. Let's do some Q&A. Let's see what I missed. Someone asked, 10K to play around, Link or Dots? That's a tough one. I like both. I would just put it 50-50 in both. Crypto Muggle, appreciate it. Let's see. Some said I'm kicking a can. I'm not kicking no can. Yeah. Okay, LP, you said that like multiple times. I don't know what that was. Let's see. Keep going. Is crypto leaving US platforms? Hopefully not. VR Altcoin Daily today said they're coming out killer whales. Yeah, they partnered up with this other project. First of all, that video is very shaky. Second of all, even the other judge, I don't know who the other judges are, but it was just them. The show I was on, the next Crypto Gem, quality is going to be top notch. It's made for TV, not for YouTube. There'll be worldwide distribution. I saw a first take today of like an intro cut. Looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to show that whenever it's ready, but we got a lot in store. Looking forward to it. What about BTC? Chrome executive. What about BTC scalability problems? Slow transaction, high fees when the network congested. Won't this discourage mass adoption? I just learned about BSV this week. Why shouldn't BSV take the spotlight? Because BSV is garbage. That's why. I think you're missing the point. First of all, Lightning Network exists, and Lightning Network is not slow, and it's very fast. And second of all, mass adoption for Bitcoin is mass holders. There doesn't need to be mass usage of Bitcoin. Some may argue that that must happen, but no. I think there's just going to be mass holding of Bitcoin. That's all you need. Just look at gold. Right? Look at gold's 12 trillion market cap. How many people spend gold on a daily basis? If you go into McDonald's or Burger King or Subway, are you shaving off some gold to pay for it? No. There's better medium exchanges out there. You can make Bitcoin a medium exchange with Lightning Network. But yeah, don't talk about scam coins like BSV. Let's see here. Yeah, this morning about Sue, I don't know how you say it, but you know, CZ called Justin Sun out. Justin Sun tried to buy like a 57 million bag worth. And CZ's like, no. If you're a whale, you're not going to get it. And he specifically called out Justin Sun saying, hey, I told my team to lock him. There will be consequences if he tries to buy or something like that. And Justin pulled out. I'm really glad to see that. Why am I not a fan of Quant? Because it's not a B2C play, man. You've watched me long enough to explain that. It's a B2B play. It has nothing to do with consumers. Consumers meaning you and I, retail. It's all for businesses. So that's why. Why is the U.S. so hostile towards crypto? Why is everyone else making regular? I don't know. It's hostile because of Gary Gensler, because we appointed a wrong SEC chair. That's why. I think you could pinpoint all of our issues to one man, Gary Gensler. Do you think Arbitrum will be massive during the bull run? Yes, I do think so. It's one of the L2s I think that will do very well, and it is the biggest L2 for Ethereum right now. Let's see. I'm selling my car and buying more Pepe. Just be careful, man. I know it's fun when things are going up. Everyone feels like they're a genius, especially in like Pepe right now, and it's up 83%, and you know you feel like, oh, I'm so smart, you know. But it's just you don't know who's controlling, who's pulling the strings, who's the big whales that are pumping it up and ready to dump it. You know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be real careful. By the way, I'm going to post this. I'll post that up again. Those of you guys that will be in Miami for the week of Bitcoin 2023, I have a small meetup party. A lot of people will be there. So if you are an NFT holder or you've been a long Patreon member, I'd like to meet you guys, reward you guys for being such loyal supporters. So make sure you go in that form and fill it out. I'm going to be sending out invites in the near future. But also gotta plan for GeorgeCon 2024. Gotta find a venue, gonna make it very spectacular. It's gonna be insane. S Money Gaming, I can't even pronounce that, so I don't know what that is. Man, I want the Lakers to play Golden State already. I don't care about all these other garbage games, right? Like, I don't care about 76ers, you know, and whoever else is playing. All these other games, they just clear it out. People just want to see LeBron versus Steph, Golden State versus Lakers, right? They need to start playing that already. No one cares about the other games. Kojo, thank you. I don't even know why I said that right. What's priority in your opinion? Lowering average per Bitcoin as you DCA, or accumulating Bitcoin but buying less as the Bitcoin? I think you're just overcomplicating it, Ed. The goal is to just accumulate more Bitcoin. However you could do that. You could DCA, you could buy when it dips, or you could buy alts to outperform it, or just buy Bitcoin on the way up. The goal is to buy more Bitcoin and accumulate as many Bitcoins as you can, in my opinion. That's what I'm doing. Crypto Hound, appreciate it. Got a plan. Hopefully it's still in Vegas. Maybe not. James Haddon. James Harden is over the hill. Edward, no. I'm sorry, you can't. I heard you can even cash out Pepe. I'm thinking it's so big now. It's the third largest meme coin. If you think about that, that's crazy. The fact that it's bigger than some of these other ones that's been around for a while, like Floki, for example. It's the third biggest. So I'm thinking like a Binance listing is around the corner. And if that happens, it could drive it to even higher heights, right? Because it's so big to ignore that the exchanges, they have to add them at this point. Kojo, I appreciate that. Thank you. The next FOMC meeting is on, well, it starts tomorrow, and then the live conference is Wednesday. Yeah, I do not want Durant to win. I do not. I hate Phoenix. I hate everyone on Phoenix. I think they're all soft and weak. I can't stand Booker. Can't stand CP3. And he's really over the hill now. Durant, I don't know if he chose to go to Phoenix, if he was traded there or he asked to be traded there. But, you know, he should have gone to the Lakers. If he's chasing another ring, he should have gone to the Lakers. I know that, you know, his 2 rings with Golden State, there'll always be an asterisk next to him, right? He did not deserve those. He went to basically an all-star team to steal it from LeBron. So I can never forgive him for that. Can you comment Suka? I mean, they're another one out there, another meme coin. It doesn't seem like they have much traction right now. All the traction is on the new ones that just came out. There's so many of them. I don't really keep track. How do you steal a ring? You steal a ring by begging and crying for Kevin Durant to join a 73-9 team. That's how you do it. That would be equivalent of the Bulls, the 72-win Bulls with Jordan asking like Shaq to join them. Okay, that's exactly what happened. Golden State got beat by LeBron and the Cavs. They were a 73-win team. And then you had Draymond Green cry to, like literally crying and calling Durant to come over. You know, I don't know why the NBA didn't like veto that. You know, the NBA, the previous commissioner, Stern, vetoed CP3 being traded to the Lakers because he thought it was unfair. You tell me how it's fair to add Kevin Durant to a 73-win team. You know, that was stupid. That was idiotic. That's how he stole a ring. 2 rings, in fact. Harden had 45 tonight? Wow. Wow. Think about the 72-win Bulls. And then they think about if like Jordan or Rodman or whoever like called up Shaq or called up whoever and said, hey, join our 72-win team. How ridiculous that would sound, right? Maybe call Barkley at the time or whatever. They call Olajuwon, right? That would be the most ridiculous thing ever. But that's exactly what Durant did. He joined a 73-win team. Whatever. Gets me mad talking about it. Anyways, I think that's time. Wouldn't have known about Pepe without you. Well, I'm glad you made some money. But again, be careful. It can dump. While it's going up, enjoy it. But I do think it's so big now that it's probably going to get some kind of Binance listing soon. I'm thinking. All right. All right. Well, enjoy your night. Tomorrow, let's see what happens. There's a lot of scary macro stuff that's happening right now that will probably cause the money printer to turn back on. So stick with Bitcoin, DCA Bitcoin, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.